Welcome to this particular class on startup process, understanding the basics in incubation process that we are about to discuss today. My aim is to make you learn the startup process and how we can go ahead with the startup process. In today's life, I think everywhere we are talking about startup funding, incubation, investment, angel funding, seed capital. So we have come across with these terminologies in recent years, but many a time we are unable to understand what these terminologies actually means in our life. When we try to do something new or something additional, it becomes very difficult to understand the exact process. Every student amongst you can think of looking at startup process. Every student is having some idea. Sometimes this idea is not taken care of properly, and sometimes someone out of 1 out of 100 or 2 out of 100 uh, gets the exact process followed knowingly or unknowingly. So today we will try to learn about that, what exactly is startup process and how to start with. So it is very important to have something to understand that when you are having opportunity, when you are having environment, or what are the environmental factors which indicates that you have a opportunity, you can innovate, you can put your brain into the startup activities or business activities, and you can do something. So environmental factors or environmental indicators, like whenever you find that there is a scarcity of activities, scarcity of the products, scarcity of the services, whenever you see that there is a problem and this problem is not going to solve within next coming few days. Scarcity, I mean to say that, look at, whenever there is a scarcity, there it is demand, there is a need. And why I say scarcity, you need to look at that what level of scarcity is. Say for example, nowadays we have discussed this example that every business is affected, and the scarcity of some of the items is so much that they are not available in the market. And there are some products which are available in the market, but there is no demand at all. Cars are there in showroom, but there is no demand, no customer. But laptop is not there in showroom, but there is so much of scarcity of laptop and webcam, mobiles. So every time environment indicates you that which type of scarcity is there, you need to understand. Say for example, webcam, where main item is camera, and every household in India is having at least one mobile, dead mobile into their house, and at least one camera, hardware camera, would be there in that mobile. So every house is having some camera which can be used as a webcam, but the only problem is connector. If you can develop 24-pin connector or 14-pin connector, 16-pin connector or 2-pin connector or 4-pin connector which can connect that hardware to the USB port. If you simply see this thing, so the problem, you can find there is an opportunity. There is an opportunity. You develop a connector and you sell it. Develop a connector just like you wire. One side they will place their hardware camera inside it, and on other side they'll put into USB, just like any webcam, and it will work like webcam. On one side you have this innovation, on other side you can utilize the available material, available product into your house, which is almost dead. So my point is that how you can get idea, we'll discuss in this whole lecture. Scarcity is one of the indicator, problems, uncertainties. If so many times you fail, so many failures are there. So whenever there is a failure, there is an opportunity. I will share one example of two-wheeler scooter segment. In 1999, Bajaj Scooter was planning to close down this scooter manufacturing in India, understanding that business environment is not conducive for scooters, because so many failures were there. They were updating scooter, but they were not able to get market into the market. On other side, in this scarcity, Honda was looking in 99, Honda was looking an opportunity into scooter market, scooter segment, and they launched their Honda Activa. So one big company was closing down, that company which was having so much of leadership of scooter segment in India, 30 years leadership. And then that company was saying that there is no opportunity, there is no business environment, there is no environment, there is no market, there is no customer. On other side, another company which was new to India, new to in scooter segment, saying that yes, there is a demand, there is a need, there is an opportunity. So what exactly you see, what you perceive, that matters a lot. Entrepreneurship means simply idea, risk bearing. If you have an idea to do something new, you will add some risk, additional risk, and you must be ready to bear that risk. Risk of what? Risk if your idea would not become successful. You will lose investment, you will lose time, you will lose branding, you will lose the customer faith if you'll experiment with the product. With that risk bearing, uncertainty is very much obvious. You don't know whether your new innovation, new idea, or new modification in product is going to be taken by customer hand to hand or not. So this is uncertain. And in this situation, usually you must be ready to fail, because if you are not ready to fail, you cannot experiment, right? So and if you are ready to fail, you must have a strong willpower. Now, in all, what is in nutshell, that whenever you get some idea, rest of the four factors, risk, uncertainty, failure, and motivation, these things depends what at all you are doing to your idea. Whether you are putting your idea into safe cell, protective cell, you are you are uh, you are patronizing your idea, you are developing your idea, you are protecting your idea, you are growing your idea, or you are simply sitting ideal with your idea. Whenever you get some idea, it is very important to put into a closed nutshell, because this idea is just like a you know new born baby, and newborn baby cannot be exposed to society, cannot be exposed to climate, cannot be exposed to every, even in case of newborn baby, it is said that, more people should not come in contact with newborn baby. Why? Because the bacterial infection, the viral infection, the climatic change, that will affect baby, and baby is not capable enough, baby is not strong enough, baby is not having immunity power strong enough to fight with those, environmental changes. And because of that, they say that baby has to be kept in limited hand, mother's lap, or in families limited 2 3 members only. And at least initially, we have learned in our society that initial 1 month is considered to be that nobody can touch that baby except mother or father. So why it is so? Your idea is just like that. Initial 1 month, nobody should touch your idea. Who can touch your idea? The only mother feeding is important. Angel funding is considered to be the mother feeding for your idea. Seed funding, angel funding is basically just like mother feeding. And mother feeding is so much so important to develop immunity. This angel funding can help you to make your idea, convert your raw idea into strong idea, convert your idea into prototype, experiment with your idea, and during that experimentation, nobody should disturb that process. So my point is, this protection, this black self indicate that there is a very strong safety wall around that. And idea is just like a tree you are planting, and the watering is very important. And here fund is basically watering. You get some idea that okay, you will make some, new cable for this, you know dead mobile camera hardware, and for that you will develop a connector and wire, you will give some innovation, you will do some innovation. If you have idea, so while you are not developed, you have not developed prototype and experimented and to be successful, it has to be watered. It will require some minimum seed funding or minimum angel funding, so that you can develop a one piece of prototype, you can test it, and by the time you are not becoming successful in this cable or connector development, you should protect this idea. And once you become successful, then you can go for patent and all those things. So my point is, once you are playing safe here, you can minimize this risk, you can minimize this uncertainty, you can minimize this rate of failure. So this incubation, how to incubate this idea? Incubation means incubating this idea, protecting this idea, progressing with idea, developing idea, making idea strong, sustainable in society, environment, climate, and in open market. If you discuss someone with someone, this idea will not stand anywhere. That yes, dead mobile camera can be used as a webcam, or dead, your earphone can be used as the mic. But what small innovation you need to do? That small innovation, if you will share with someone, that person will say that if a hardware camera is having 24 pin, and there is one positive pin, there is a one ground pin, then there is a one positive data, then there is a one negative data in your USB. So 24 pin, how to connect those 24 pin and which pin, and it is a micro level activity. So basically, when you discuss idea with someone who don't care, you will get demotivated. And that is why I say, protect your idea, do something on your own. Once you become successful and your idea becomes strong, you test your idea, prototype becomes successful, then share it. And that is why we say that idea ignition, how idea is, idea comes to your mind. That is very interesting. It starts with a small no. Say, for example, when you come to my class, you are late. And if you are late, consider two situations. One, VK Yadav says, okay, come inside, give permission. If you are given permission, yes, you will not think about any excuse, because there is no need to make excuse, because VK Yadav is so simple that whenever you will ask permission, even there is no restriction in class, anytime you can come and sit, right? But if VK Yadav says no, if you are late by 5 minutes, you are not allowed to sit in the class. It simply means that you will use your brain, you will do some amount of brainstorming, you will develop some excuses, you will develop some options, you will develop some reasons which you can tell to VK Yadav, and you will try to give the most strongest reason of 5 minute late coming. In older time, students were saying that, sir, cycle puncture ho gayi thi, sir, bike was punctured, and sir, breakfast was not ready in mess, and all those things. But now these issues, these options, these have lost their credibility. So now students may say, sir, VC has called us for some purpose, or HOD or training placement meeting was going on, or there was some discussion on placement. So now students are making these kind of excuses. Means whenever there is a no, you get some idea, you develop newer ideas to make convince your teacher. So whenever there is a no, there is an alternate yes in your mind, and that no forces you to think, create, brainstorming, and that option may be senseful or nonsenseful. Sometimes you come up with a nonsense idea, and it is not necessary that whether senseful idea is good or nonsenseful idea is good, but sometimes nonsense idea becomes very strong potential idea, and that nonsense or senseful may become yes. So whenever you know how you develop idea, you can understand that you need to observe things very seriously. Now, it does not mean that everything you see and you observe very seriously. I can understand what students are thinking right now. Observe things seriously means. But I am talking about that you must observe things seriously in the market, in the business environment. Say, for example, nowadays, if you observe things seriously, you will come to know that there is a demand in the computer accessories because of that online. So when you observe seriously, you will criticize them innocently. Observe things seriously, observe to absorb most of the characteristics into you, right? If you are seeing a product, say for example, you go to purchase any webcam in the market, and you look at this webcam very seriously, and you see that the connector is USB connector, and you want webcam which can be connected to mobile. So you can see that there must be some connector which is common to all, can be connected to computer, can be connected to mobile, can be connected to your smart TV, can be connected to your home surveillance system, CCTV. So can be a common connector. If you see things seriously and criticize them innocently. Criticize them. What is not okay means USB connector is, it's only work on with the camera or with desktop or with laptop. So criticize that. Once you will criticize, you will enter into domain of innovation. When you will say that this is not good, whenever you say that this person is bad, so you need to understand from your inner side that what is bad in that person. Identify drawback intelligently. Now this intelligence is very important. Drawback intelligently. What is not required? This USB is not required. Instead of USB, you can have some multi connectors. There may be 5 connectors: USB, Type C, micro USB, then your RCA, so that the camera can be connected to any equipment at any time. So this is intelligence. So what is not required? Then you can say what is required, what could be better. Alternates may be, like I say, it should be Type C. There must be multi connectors or 5 connectors should be attached with that webcam. And then focus on developing that all 5 connectors. So it becomes very important. What is opportunity scanning in the market? Look at, when you observe things seriously, so you are observing basically business environment. Business environment, say for example, business environment related to computer, business environment related to cars, business environment related to kirana shop, business environment related to engineering colleges, right? So when you observe things seriously in engineering education, you will find that engineering education business environment is not so good at this moment because of this lockdown and corona and all. What is not good? When you analyze, when you observe things seriously, you will criticize them innocently. Product or services or market. Say for example, what criticize? The private engineering colleges are not paying salary to teachers, whereas they are taking full fee or fees from students. So criticize them. This is not good. Identify drawback intelligently. What are the drawbacks? That means this product does not have this feature, irrelevant feature is there. That means, like we discussed in just few minutes back, that this irrelevant feature means, why this USB connector? Why not Type C connector? Why not RCA connector? Why not micro USB connector? So you can understand, you can use your intelligence in criticizing, and there you can see there is opportunity. When you are able to identify drawbacks intelligently, you can develop better alternates, means your creativity and innovation comes into this scene. And here you find opportunity that yes, if I develop a connector on one side which can connect any mobile hardware, right? A very small 16 pin or 24 pin or 12 pin, whatever. And on other side, it is having USB, micro USB, RCA, Type C, or even connector for Apple phones. So if you think so, because nowadays you are getting the mobile cameras of 48 megapixel, 64 megapixel, card size lens, and Sony lenses, Samsung lenses. Very strong mobile cameras are there in mobile phones, and after 1 to 2, 3 years they become dead. And this is a common long term, if you innovate something like this, it is long term innovation. So you can find an opportunity, to develop something new. What is opportunity matrix? We talked about opportunity matrix is simply, if you look at that, on one side, self perceived power to achieve. If you have this yes or no means if you have this self perceived power to achieve, if you want to achieve more and more, and your internal self says that yes, you should achieve. And on other side, desired future state involved growth. If you want growth in future or change, you want to change your future. So if these two combines, the person with these two characteristics is most probably an entrepreneur. Whereas if you want to growth in future, you want to develop, you want luxury cars, you want luxury bangla, you want luxury life, right? But you do not have the self perceived power to achieve right now, then you will become frustrated potential entrepreneur. You you could become entrepreneur, but you would get frustrated because you are not putting this thing. Self perceived means it is not, you are not thinking from your side. In simple way, you can understand that you want future growth, luxury car, everything, but you will get frustrated because you are not having internal motivation. You are not perceiving on your own self. Someone says to you, do this thing, you do it. So this is not done, and it will frustrate you. Whereas look at, if you do not have this self perceived power, you only see power into what is being given to you, what is being dictated to you, what is being written in paper. If you use that, if you don't have your self perceived power, and you do not want to growth, self independent future growth or luxury life, this bureaucratic functionary is very common. Like most of the teachers nowadays, they don't want to self perceive, self motivation, and they don't want so much so growth. They say, okay, I am satisfied with whatever I am having. So satisfaction comes at here, and you don't have potential to self perceive and innovate something new. But yes, if you have self perceived power to achieve, but you don't want future growth, you are satisfied manager. You can be a very good satisfied manager. So what is there in you? This is basically, I have discussed about the employee or person or manager's matrix, manager's opportunity matrix. You can put into your own life students opportunity matrix. If you want self perceived power, self dependent, you are not, your brain is not working on proxy, means you are a leader. If you are a leader, self perceived power to achieve means if you are a leader, yes, and you want future growth, yes, you can become entrepreneur. If you are a leader, you don't have leadership, but you want to become luxury life, you will become frustrated. If you are having leadership quality in you, but you are satisfied, you are not interested to grow, manager is a good leader. And even if if you are not having good leadership, you want self driven leadership, and you want a safe life, you can become bureaucratic functionary. So on other side, you can understand that ISPCS comes into this domain, and that is why it is blue light. It is bureaucratic. This blue is symbol of bureaucracy, and red is you will leave red faced ultimately because of frustration. Things are appearing to be green. Grass is green, which can be converted into your successful vision, dream. Satisfied manager is dried one. So you can understand this opportunity matrix. Now what exactly startup process means, I've discussed most of things, but now it is by step. Perceive things, innovate, idea consolidation, then you need seed funding, Once you have idea consolidation, 2 3 ideas, and then you come to know that yes, this idea is good and this idea is not good. So then you come to know about requirement of seed funding, arrange seed funding. With seed funding, you can convert your idea into prototype. Once your prototype becomes successful, search for profitable investment. Arrange money, arrange fund. Along with arranging fund, you must explore that opportunity or that prototype similar business environment or products or services into the market. Form an organization, sole proprietary partnership firm or company or cooperative society, whatever. Arrange initial capital for this, for starting your industrial production. So there you need, now seed funding is required for prototyping, angel funding, but your venture capital is required when you launch venture. So arrange initial capital. Now when you arrange initial capital, that means you start your company, firm. Take industrial licensing, develop your technical know-how, technology, because prototyping is one thing. By hook or crook you can develop a prototype and then you can test it that yes, this is running successfully. But when you go on production, you must understand the technology, mass production technology, because batch production technology is different than mass production technology. You can understand in production, and once you understand this technology, technical know-how, then come on production, final production, marketing. Once you start producing, mass production, and you start marketing, promoting your product to the market, another step milestone is achieving break even, means no profit no loss situation. And this is where you need to understand that your profit starts coming and obviously generate profit. So this is all about that I was interested to take up in today's lecture. Thank you.